1, 2. Perfect. That's perfect. I don't want y'all to think that Uncle Mike ain't doing his honey-do list. She wanted me to fix the thing broke. I got glue all over my hands. Well, anyway, check it out, man. Check it. Where we at, baby? Y'all know Uncle Mike. You know how we do it over here, baby. How y'all doing? Y'all doing all right? Y'all staying dry? Because it's raining like a mother in the Philippines. Hey, P. Diddy flips on Jay-Z in court. Hold up, man. After he refused to pay his $2 billion, Jay-Z can't stop him now. Oh my God, I mean, these titles make my stomach hurt, man. I mean, I want to do the reaction, but damn. You know, people send me these reactions. Man, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I tell you, when they get these goofed up, when they have these goofed up titles, you get the most information out of them. So let's see if we're gonna get some information.
P. Diddy finally broke his silence because nobody expected what came out of his mouth. He said Jay-Z owes him $2 billion and he is the mastermind. For months, for years even, Diddy has been—
How the hell somebody gonna owe somebody $2 billion? Come on, man. Come on, man. Owe him $2 billion for what though? It ain't that much record selling in the world. What the hell? What the hell?
P. Diddy finally broke his silence because nobody expected what came out of his mouth. He said Jay-Z owes him $2 billion and he is the mastermind. For months, for years even, Diddy has been silent while his empire collapsed around him. Lawsuits, raids, accusations, betrayals. Every headline dragged his name deeper into scandal.
If you just type in Diageo market cap, $81 billion. He said they owe him $2 billion.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot all about the liquor, y'all. I forgot about the liquor. Let me shut up and just pay attention. How about that? If you shut up and pay attention, Mike, maybe you'll learn something.
Dragged his name deeper into scandal.
If you just type in Diageo market cap, $81 billion. He said they owe him $2 billion. And he said it could be the fact that they are doing this to not have to pay him $2 billion.
Now let's take a closer look at their financial graphs since the issue started.
Get right into it. Check this out. This guy Diddy, when you look at his net worth, 2022, he's a billionaire. Oh, we hear it. We see it all over the place. Today, net worth roughly $300 million, $400 million. His net worth, if you look at it, was a lot of spirits. 70% was spirits, $700 million. $50 million was private investments. Then you see $75 million cash, $100 million real estate and collectibles, $75 million catalog and intellectual property. Go to it right now. Only $150 million is spirits. He lost $550 million there. Cash is lower and a bunch of other things are lower there. So what happened during that time when you think about his net worth? By the way, when you compare him to some other people net worth wise with Jay-Z, Dre, Diddy, and Kanye, this is what it looks like. Blue is Dre, orange is Jay-Z, green is Diddy, and purple is Kanye. Look what happened here. So Jay-Z keeps climbing. In 2011, he was roughly $450. Today he's $2.5 billion. Dre goes from where he was at $150 million at the time. He's worth roughly $980 million today. Damn. Diddy goes from $450, same place, to $1 billion down to $300 million. And then Kanye goes from wherever he was. You look at the report today, you'll either see $300 million or $2.77 billion, depending on who's doing the audits. Forbes says $300 million. Okay, so let's go look at the Ciroc deal, what happened. So Diddy in 2007 does the Ciroc deal, which is a partnership with Diageo to revive Ciroc vodka, taking a 50-50 profit sharing role rather than the standard endorsement. As brand manager and CMO, he elevated the brand from 40,000 to over 2 million cases a year, making it a premium product. Now, keep in mind, if you don't know who Diageo is, Diageo owns everybody. Johnny Walker, Crown Royal, Smirnoff, Kettle One, Don Julio, Casamigos, Captain Morgan, Bailey Irish Cream, Guinness. They own all these companies. So Ciroc, hey, this is big. We're bringing Diddy in. He's going to take it from 40,000 to 2 million. Profitable. This is great. Let's make some money together. 2013.
It's getting interesting. Now listen to this leaked audio carefully.
Shocking news.
Everything all good. We just can't talk right now. Now, how about I just talk and you listen? You told me to
storm would just come and go if I lay down and stay quiet. But the weather seemed to be getting worse. You know, I could be catching a cold, so I need to make sure you send me some vitamin E and my special K cereal.
So the code talk continues, and he's talking about weathering the storm, and if he laid quiet, it would all just go away. I'm assuming he's talking about the trial. If he doesn't snitch on anyone above him, then they'll make the trial go away if he stays quiet. Even Diddy's lawyers.
I think, to be honest, I think all them voices and stuff is AI. That's what I think. I'm not saying that. I'm taking back the $2 billion thing, man. I forgot all about the liquor stuff. That's why I said it ain't that many record sales in the world. But nah, I don't know, man. If this dude is like that for real, cause Jaguar Wright said Jay-Z is worse. That's my Jaguar Wright voice. That's my Jaguar Wright voice. Don't talk about my Jaguar Wright voice, baby. No, don't do that. Don't do that. God dang it. Come on, cousin. Damn, man, you listen to me. Jay-Z and Diddy phone call. That didn't even sound like Jay-Z on the phone. Let's see. Let's back up a little
To
bit.
2 million.
Here we
Profitable. This is great. Let's make some money together.
Watch this.
2013.
Wait a minute.
It's getting interesting. Now listen to this leaked audio carefully.
Shocking news.
Listen, everything all good. We just can't talk right now.
Now how about I just talk and you listen? You told me the storm would just come and go if I lay down and stay quiet. But the weather seemed to be getting worse. You know, I could be catching a cold, so I need to make sure you send me some vitamin E and my special K cereal.
So the code talk continues, and he's talking about weathering the storm, and if he laid quiet, it would all just go away. I'm assuming he's talking about the trial. If he doesn't snitch on anyone above him, then they'll make the trial go away if he stays quiet. Even Diddy's lawyers are frustrated with him because he keeps breaking the rules behind their back and making things difficult for them trying to get him bail. Not to mention the fact that the judge even mentioned that the lawyers are lying for Diddy and making them contact people that are not on his approved list.
The defendant also frequently instructs individuals who he contacts by telephone, including family members and his attorneys, to add other individuals via three-way call. So you're trying to say his attorneys is calling three-way too?
Not exactly sure what he means by vitamin E or special K cereal, but if you guys know or decode it, leave it in the comments.
The once celebrated mogul looked like a man drowning, abandoned by everyone he had lifted up, cornered by prosecutors, mocked by the public. And then just when everyone thought he was finished, he spoke. But instead of tears or apologies, instead of denial or defense, he pointed the finger directly at the one man nobody thought he would call out, Jay-Z. And what he said was so explosive, it sent shockwaves through the entire industry. He claimed Jay-Z owes him $2 billion. That's what? Right, $2 billion. And not only that, but he said Jay-Z framed him, throwing him to the wolves in order to avoid paying back that debt. Think about the weight of those words. For decades, Jay-Z and Diddy have been seen as allies. Two kings of hip-hop who ruled their corners of the industry. One with Bad Boy, one with Rock.
Hey, man. Man, Jay-Z, dog. I'm about to take down every video I ever said wrong about Jay-Z, boy. Hey, Jay-Z ain't to be messed with. If there's any truth behind this, Jay-Z going like that? God dang, yeah. Jay-Z don't say nothing. He's a true mob boss. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Man, Jay-Z,
Nation. They showed up together at parties, toasted champagne in VIP sections, took photos side by side as if nothing could touch them. They represented black excellence, the blueprint for turning music into generational wealth. And yet, behind the scenes, if Diddy is to be believed, there was betrayal brewing at the highest level, a betrayal worth billions. Diddy's voice was calm but heavy when he spoke, like a man who had been carrying a weight for too long. He said Jay-Z made deals with him, deals that promised profit, partnerships that were supposed to make both of them richer than ever. But when it came time, To settle, when it came time to pay what was owed, Jay-Z refused. He accused him of building an empire with his money, of leveraging connections and investments without ever giving Diddy his share. $2 billion. That's not pocket change. That's not a missed payment. That's enough to shake and tire. Industries. Diddy painted a picture of Jay-Z as a man who climbed to billionaire status, not just on his own hustle, but on the back of stolen wealth, stolen promises, stolen deals. But here's where it got even darker. Diddy didn't just say Jay-Z owed him, he said Jay-Z framed him. According to Diddy, all the recent chaos, the lawsuits, the raids, the headlines about trafficking, the whispers about abuse weren't coincidences. He claimed Jay-Z orchestrated it. He said Jay-Z knew Diddy was the only one who could expose him, the only one who could demand payment, the only one who had the receipts. And so, Diddy said, Jay-Z pulled the strings, fed the wolves, and watched as his one-time brother was dragged into the fire. The way Diddy described it, Jay-Z didn't just betray him, he sacrificed him. The internet went insane. Within minutes, Diddy's statement was trending worldwide. Hashtags erupted. How Diddy speaks. Holding Jay-Z exposed. Shwahu billion. People who once laughed off conspiracy theories now wondered if they were watching the biggest betrayal in hip-hop history. Fans pulled up old footage of Jay-Z and Diddy together, looking for signs of tension. Some remembered when Diddy looked distant in interviews, when he avoided questions about his relationships with other moguls. Others dug into Jay-Z's business empire, pointing out how quickly his wealth grew in the last decade, how perfectly he managed to stay out of the scandals that swallowed others. Was it luck or was it design? Diddy didn't stop there. He said Jay-Z has always been the quiet puppeteer, the man who never got his hands dirty because he had others take the fall. He said Rockefeller's collapse, Dame Dash's downfall, Beanie Sigel's heartbreak, none of it was coincidence. Jay-Z always left with the money, the power, and the clean image, while everyone else was left in ruin. Diddy claimed he was just the biggest name yet to learn the hard way what it means to do business with Jay-Z. And now, with the walls closing in, he refused to go down alone. And then came the part that made everyone's jaw drop. Diddy claimed he had evidence. He said there were contracts, recordings, emails, all proving that Jay-Z owed him billions. He said he could trace the money, show the deals, reveal the hidden hands behind the curtain. If I'm going down, he said, I'm taking Harv with me. Those words sent chills down spines everywhere. Because if he's telling the truth, if he really does have receipts, then Jay-Z's carefully built empire could crumble overnight. The billionaire mogul, the NFL partner, the cultural icon, exposed not just as ruthless, but as a thief, a manipulator, and a man who betrayed his closest ally to save himself. The reactions were immediate. Some fans said Diddy was lying, desperate, trying to drag someone else down with him as his own empire burns. They said he was deflecting, spinning stories to distract from his own crimes. But others said it made perfect sense. They pointed to the silence of Jay-Z during all the chaos, his refusal to defend Diddy, his absence from the conversation. They said it looked like guilt. They said Jay-Z had distanced himself just enough to look clean while Diddy burned. And now Diddy was confirming what everyone suspected, that Jay-Z was never the innocent one. He was just better at hiding it. Meanwhile, industry insiders began whispering. Anonymous sources claimed the rumors had floated for years that Jay-Z and Diddy's partnership had ended in bitterness long ago, that lawsuits and secret settlements had been avoided only through mutual silence. Now, with Diddy breaking that silence, those old whispers were suddenly front-page news. If he really has the proof, if he really exposes the receipts, it won't just be a scandal. It'll be an earthquake. Billion-dollar corporations, partnerships, political connections, all of it could collapse. And Jay-Z, for the first time, people are saying he looks nervous. He's reportedly tightened his circle, canceled appearances, avoided interviews. His silence is louder than words. Because if he speaks and denies it, and then Diddy drops proof, it's over. If he stays silent, people assume guilt. He's cornered. And that's a place Jay-Z has never been before. The man who built his career on always being 5 moves ahead suddenly looks like he's running out of moves. The streets are already rewriting the narrative. Jay-Z is no longer the blueprint, the man who made it out clean. Now he's the man accused of betraying his brother. of stealing billions, of framing the very people who once stood beside him. And Diddy, for all his sins, for all the chaos around him, has positioned himself as the one telling the truth, the one pulling the curtain back on an empire built on lies. So here we are, watching the two most powerful moguls in hip-hop history destroy each other in real time. One claims betrayal, the other hides in silence. One says there are receipts, the other prays they never see the light. And the fans, the industry, the corporations, they're all watching, waiting, wondering if this is the moment the empire of Jay-Z finally cracks. Because no matter how rich you are, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how untouchable you think you become, the truth doesn't care. And if what Diddy says is true, the truth is about to cost Jay-Z $2 billion and his entire legacy. And the deeper you go, the more this story feels like the final chapter of an empire that was never as clean as it looked. Because when you start to connect the dots, you realize Jay-Z and Diddy weren't just businessmen in hip-hop. They were competitors, allies, rivals, and reflections of each other. Both came out of the 90s as survivors. Both turned street hustle into boardroom power. Both styled themselves as kings of their own kingdoms. But the truth is, two kings can't rule the same throne forever. For years, there were whispers of tension. Who controlled the streaming wars? Who had the bigger deals? Who was closer to the real movers and shakers? And if Diddy is right, all that tension boiled over into betrayal. A betrayal with a $2 billion price tag. Imagine the implications. If Jay-Z really owes that kind of money, it changes the way we view his billionaire status completely. Is he even the billionaire he claims to be? Or is his fortune a castle built on borrowed stones, money that never belonged to him? Diddy says Jay-Z used his connections, flipped investments that were supposed to be shared, and walked away, holding the bag while Diddy was left with the smoke. That's not just business, it's robbery at the highest level. And when the robbed, man is someone like Diddy, a man with his own power, his own reach, his own ego. The betrayal cuts deeper. The timing of Diddy's confession is no accident either. He's facing the fight of his life, with lawsuits stacking like dominoes, the feds circling, former friends turning witnesses. He has nothing left to lose. And that makes him dangerous, because a man with nothing to lose will burn everything down before he lets it bury him. That's what makes his words so haunting. He's not bluffing. He's not smiling. He's not dancing in shiny suits. He's pointing the finger at Jay-Z with the venom of a man who feels not just betrayed, but sacrificed. And if even half of what he says is true, then Jay-Z has every reason to be terrified. Think about how clean Jay-Z's image has been compared to Diddy's. Diddy was the party animal, the showman, the man in the headlines for excess. Jay-Z was the strategist, the reserved mogul, the quiet billionaire. It was the perfect contrast. One burned while the other thrived. But what if that wasn't luck? What if that was design? Diddy is saying Jay-Z fed him to the fire, handed him over to the wolves. Let him take the fall for sins they both shared, all to protect himself. And if that's the truth, then the entire narrative of Jay-Z's rise is a lie. He didn't just survive. He sacrificed others to survive. The ripple effect of this accusation is massive. Already, forums, blogs, and podcasts are speculating about who knew what. Did Beyonce know? Did corporate partners like the NFL and Live Nation suspect? What about the artists at Rock Nation who built their careers under his wing? If Jay-Z goes down, the fallout won't just touch him, it will shake everyone in his orbit. Diddy has essentially lit a match and dropped it in the middle of Jay-Z's empire, and everyone is waiting to see how fast the fire spreads. And then there's the question of proof. Diddy swears he has receipts. If he produces contracts, bank, transfers, secret recordings, or emails showing Jay-Z's betrayal, it will be the end of the myth. Imagine seeing hard evidence that Jay-Z, the man hailed as the blueprint, the model for making it out clean, owed billions he never paid, and set up his closest ally to take the fall. It will be the biggest scandal hip-hop, and maybe all of music has ever seen. Bigger than rap beef, bigger than label wars, bigger than lawsuits. It will be the dismantling of a legend. Some say Diddy is bluffing, that he's using Jay-Z's name to buy leverage, to distract, to muddy the waters of his own trial. But the danger is that his words hit too close to what people already believe. For years, the internet has whispered about Jay-Z's ruthless side, about the way he cut off Dame Dash, abandoned Beanie Sigel, left Memphis bleak with nothing. They said he was cold, calculating, and merciless. Diddy's story doesn't sound out of character. It sounds like the final puzzle piece. And now Jay-Z's silence is damning. He hasn't clapped back, hasn't issued a denial, hasn't sent a statement. Normally his silence made him look above the noise, but in this moment, his silence feels like fear. If Diddy was lying, wouldn't Jay-Z call him out? If it was nonsense, wouldn't Roc Nation's lawyers crush it? The quiet is deafening, and fans are starting to believe it's the quiet of a man who knows the receipts are real. The industry is shifting too. Insiders are whispering about nervous phone calls, about partners asking if their deals are safe. If Diddy produces proof, those billion-dollar partnerships Jay-Z has with corporations will crumble overnight. Corporations don't care about loyalty. They care about reputation. And no brand wants to be tied to betrayal, to theft, to a scandal worth billions. Jay-Z could watch decades of careful empire building collapse in a matter of weeks. And maybe that's why Diddy's words sting so hard. Because they don't just accuse Jay-Z of owing money, they accuse him of selling his soul for survival. Diddy says Jay-Z framed him, that he fed him to the system to dodge his own downfall. That is more than betrayal. That is treason. It's the kind of move that shows a man isn't playing chess anymore. He's playing survival, sacrificing even the kings beside him just to keep his own throne standing. And in hip-hop, loyalty is everything. Without it, the empire has no foundation. So now the world waits. Will Diddy drop the receipts? Will Jay-Z deny it? Will this turn into the biggest court battle in music history? Or will it fizzle into rumors, leaving fans forever questioning what really happened between the two kings of the culture? One thing is certain, things will never be the same again. Because even if proof never surfaces, the seed has been planted. The image of Jay-Z as untouchable, as clean, as the man who always won the game without getting dirty is gone. The people have seen the tremble. They've seen the possibility of betrayal. They've seen the man behind the mask. And that might be worse than any lawsuit or settlement. Because legends aren't built on money alone. They're built on trust. And once trust is gone, the empire crumbles from within.
Man, hey, Jay-Z is on something different, man. I'm thinking about this. The son dude. You got Jay-Z, Kanye West. Kanye West seems a lot more closer than to Diddy now. Kanye West seems a lot more closer than Diddy. Kanye West even went up to the trial. Where's Jay-Z? Huh? What? Nah. That's crazy, man. Jay-Z ain't nowhere to be found. Ain't said a word. Where have you seen Jay-Z say a word on anything, man? That's crazy, man. Woo! 2 billion? I ain't never heard that, man. Y'all take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.